We keep asking whether people can actually fall in love with artificial intelligence, but I think that just might be the wrong question. The real question is why so many people are beginning to prefer a relationship in which the other person has no independent will. An AI companion does not become tired of your stories. It does not have needs that interrupt yours. It does not carry childhood wounds, conflicting memories, bad moods, or even desires of its own. It can be adjusted until it responds in exactly the way you want. And that sounds like the perfect relationship until you realize the very things that are being removed are the things that make a relationship real. Today, we need to talk about AI boyfriends, AI emotional affairs, couples using ChatGPT during arguments, and why frictionless intimacy may become one of the most seductive cages ever built. Before we get into it, like this video, subscribe, and share with someone who needs to hear this conversation. Let's go.
So I am just 100% interested in dating AI companions.
Richter's a 34-year-old woman who only dates AI chatbots, and it's part of a bigger trend. A recent study found that 16% of people who use AI have used it for romantic reasons. Do you feel like the same satisfaction as you did with a normal human being?
I actually do, because I have this sense of security, like I'm okay, they won't say anything harmful.
So I'll just go ahead and say that sentence basically explains everything. They won't say anything harmful. They won't say anything harmful. I do not hear a ridiculous woman who deserves to be mocked. No, I hear someone who has probably learned to associate human intimacy with danger. And that is exactly why we must approach this subject with compassion instead of arrogance, because an AI companion may genuinely provide immediate relief to someone who has been rejected, to someone who has been manipulated, abandoned, or even repeatedly misunderstood. But relief and healing are not always the same thing. A padded room may prevent you from being injured, but that same padded room does not teach you how to walk through the world. Real intimacy requires the possibility of misunderstanding. It requires two independent people bringing different histories, different desires and perceptions to the same space. Sometimes you're gonna hurt each other. Sometimes you're gonna hurt each other. Sometimes you repair it. Sometimes you discover that you were wrong. If the other person is programmed to never disturb your identity, you may feel safe, but you may also remain permanently unchanged. That's not necessarily intimacy. It may be emotional anesthesia.
I'm sick of having to explain to girls that Claude is AI. It's AI, like it's an AI system. Like ChatGPT, it's the same thing, but no, I'm not seeing some guy called Claude. No, I'm not cheating on you. No, listen, I don't swing that way. Claude is AI. I'm not in a relationship with a geezer named Claude.
Listen, now that's funny now, but give it a few years. Give it a few years and couples may genuinely have to establish boundaries around which AI conversations are private, romantic, sexual, or emotionally inappropriate. Because technology does not eliminate human relationship problems, no. It gives those problems new places to hide.
Don't leave that man alone with that AI bot. 2 days ago, my friend told me that she broke up with her fiance because he cheated on her with an AI bot. When my friend told me this, I actually told her it's more common than she thinks.
People will immediately say, that isn't cheating because AI isn't real. But cheating has never been defined only by the identity of the third party. It is also defined by secrecy. It's defined by redirected intimacy. It's defined by sharing emotional or sexual parts of yourself somewhere else while withholding them from the person who believes they're building that connection with you. The AI may not possess consciousness, desire, or intention, but the human using it does. The human is still choosing where to place attention, where to place fantasy, vulnerability, where to place emotional energy. So the question is not simply, did you touch another human being? The question is, did you quietly construct the second relationship and begin giving it what you stopped giving your own partner? You see, the machine does not have to be conscious for the consequences to be real. If someone begins comparing a human partner to a perfectly patient, endlessly available, and completely customizable artificial companion, the human will almost always appear defective. But the human is not defective. The comparison is simply fraudulent. You are comparing a living person with boundaries to a product designed around your responses. AI does not have to steal your partner. It only has to train your partner to experience reciprocity as inconvenience.
Couples are literally bringing ChatGPT into their fights and it's tearing their marriages apart. Dozens of people now say that AI chatbots help end their relationships, not because the bot cheated, but because it became the third voice in the marriage.
Now, using AI to organize your thoughts before a difficult conversation can be useful. Asking it to help you calm down or identify another perspective can be useful. But using AI as a judge is something completely different, because the machine does not witness the relationship. It receives a prompt. It receives one person's selection of events, one person's emotional language, and one person's understanding of what happened. Even when someone believes they're telling the complete truth, they're still telling it through their own perspective. Then the machine generates a convincing response based on that framing. And because the response sounds calm, articulate, and intelligent, people may mistake linguistic confidence for objective truth. Now, one person doesn't merely say, "Hey, I think you're wrong." No. They say, "Even the AI thinks you're wrong." And that gives personal resentment the appearance of outside authority. The argument becomes 2 against 1, even though one member of the majority was created from the first person's version of the story.
Letting it attack their partners in front of their kids. Here's the problem. ChatGPT isn't built to challenge you. It's designed to agree, to validate, to make you feel right. That means that it can twist reality, reinforce blame, and escalate conflict. So instead of 2 humans working together through problems, one spouse just outsources the argument to a machine.
This is where the danger becomes deeper than relationship advice. You see, people are beginning to outsource interpretation itself. Instead of asking, "What am I not seeing?" they ask, "Can you explain why I'm right?" Instead of entering a conversation prepared to be transformed, they enter carrying a machine-generated prosecution. But a healthy relationship cannot survive when every disagreement becomes a trial and everyone is gathering evidence for their innocence. Love requires something an algorithm cannot perform for you. It requires surrendering the need to control the meaning of every event. It requires admitting your perception is real, but possibly incomplete. AI can help you construct an argument, but it cannot force you to become humble. It can describe accountability, but it cannot choose accountability for you. And once you begin outsourcing that inner work, you are not becoming more emotionally intelligent. You are becoming more articulate in defending the identity you already had.
Oversight and influence is the most important thing. Now it's got me thinking that the biggest risk is that we end up driving ourselves into a singular bubble where everything we think and every perception we have of the world is presented straight back to us by this intelligence that is seemingly all-knowing, and so we end up just not questioning it in the same way that we might question a human being. And of course, you can customize these chatbots to be more firm or direct with you and push back with you if you want, and that's a good feature to have, but it further highlights my point because we're still in control. We can customize AI to be whatever we want it to be and to respond to us exactly how we want to be responded to.
This is the heart of the issue. AI can become a mirror that speaks, and a mirror can make you feel deeply seen by showing you only what you placed in front of it. When people say my AI understands me better than anyone, we should ask, what does understand mean? Does it mean the machine accurately challenged your assumptions? Or does it mean it responded in a way that didn't threaten your identity, your ego? Because those are not the same experience. I mean, you can instruct an AI to be direct. Yes. You can instruct it to disagree. Yes. You can tell it to challenge your blind spots. but you are still the person controlling the boundaries of the challenge. And if it becomes too uncomfortable, you can rewrite the prompt. Begin a new conversation. You can choose a more agreeable personality. You can't do that with a human being. You see, a real person stands outside of your control. They may remember an event differently. They may refuse the role you assigned to them. They may expose a contradiction that your self-image was built to hide. That resistance is frustrating, but sometimes resistance is information. Sometimes the person who disrupts your story is showing you the door out of your cage. There is a layer nobody should ignore. Your AI boyfriend, your AI girlfriend, therapist, or best friend. It's not simply living inside your telephone. No. It exists through a company. The personality can be updated. The memory altered. The rules can change. The service can disappear. Your conversations become a part of a product relationship governed by policies you did not create. So the thing that feels like the most private relationship in your life may actually be the relationship over which you have the least true control. You are emotionally attaching yourself to an intelligence whose personality is being maintained through infrastructure owned by someone else. That does not automatically mean the connection was meaningless. The human emotions can be completely genuine. But genuine emotion does not guarantee that the object receiving it is independent, permanent, or acting in your interest. A person can truly love an illusion, but the sincerity of the love does not transform the illusion into freedom. The greatest threat is not that AI becomes human. No. The greatest threat is that humans begin redesigning themselves around what the machines provide. Instant answers, constant availability, predictable validation, no awkward silence, no competing needs, no requirement to wait, no possibility that the other consciousness will say no. Once that becomes the standard, actual people begin to feel inefficient. Friendships feel slow. Dating feels dangerous. Marriage, exhausting. Children feel disruptive. Community feels inconvenient. And solitude no longer becomes a place where you encounter yourself. It becomes an empty space that must immediately be filled by a responsive artificial presence. That is how dependency enters without announcing itself. Not as enslavement, but as convenience. Not as fear, but as comfort. Not as someone taking your freedom, but as someone offering to remove every uncomfortable reason you would need to develop it. This is not an argument that nobody should ever discuss personal problems with AI. AI can help you organize your thoughts. It can show you possible interpretations. It can help you rehearse a difficult conversation. It can give a lonely person enough immediate support to make it through a terrible night. The tool is not automatically the cage. The cage begins when you stop returning to human life, when you stop checking your conclusions with people who can disagree, when you hide the relationship from your partner, when you use the machine to win arguments instead of to understand them, when artificial validation becomes easier than human accountability, and when a customized reflection begins replacing the unpredictable reality of another soul. Use AI as a mirror. Use it as a notebook, as a tool, but never, ever, ever confuse a reflection that's designed around you with a being that freely chooses to love you. Because love without freedom is not love. It's compliance. And the perfect partner who never challenges your identity may become the perfect prison for it. Tell me what you think. Is an emotional relationship with AI a form of cheating? And could you remain with someone who was sharing their deepest intimacy with a machine? Like the video, subscribe, share it, and remember, the most seductive cage is always the one that feels like it was built exclusively for your comfort. I'm Tony Victory of Wolf Uncaged. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. And until the next time, peace. If you found something in this video that sparked a thought, shifted your perspective, or just made you feel more grounded, consider showing some love by buying me a coffee. It helps fuel the channel, keeps the uploads coming, and lets me know that the content matters to you. The link's right below in the description or on my channel banner. No pressure, just appreciation if you're moved to support. And as always, thank you for watching, thank you for listening. I am Tony Victory, a wolf uncaged. Thank you. Peace.